What's up? Hey guys, it's Sivan. In this video, I want to show you how to pass through a ClickID from your landing page without an opt-in form, without an email submit form to the affiliate offer for postback URL purposes. So if you want to track sales via the postback URL method and you have your landing page, you would need to know how to pass through the ClickID from the landing page to the affiliate offer. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do here. So there are three things we have to do if we have a landing page and we want to pass through that ClickID. Now, in the previous videos, I showed you how to set up postback URL if you're direct linking. So for ClickBank, for example, we said it was the TID parameter where they stored the ClickID. So if you have a landing page, we do have to make a few adjustments to that as well. So let's go through the three steps. This is the landing page that we'll be working with, okay? So it's the squeeze page. It looks something like that. As you can see, there is no email submit form. I'll cover that in the next video. But let's do these three things. So the first step is we need to add the S1 parameter and the ClickID token in our landing page to the end of the primary URL. So I'm going to say question mark S1 equals ClickID, and I'm going to click Save Changes. Now, if this link already had some query strings separated by question marks or ampersands, I would not put a question mark. I would then put an ampersand, okay? In this case, as you can see, it does not have any query strings, so I'm using a question mark, okay? So that is step one. So let's just go ahead and see what happens now. So now, as you can see, that ClickID is generated, okay? Just like when we click on this ClickBank offer, I have a little pixel there. Give it a second. We should see the ClickID generated here as well, and I'll be using this tool called the redirect path. And let's just see and make sure. So there's that TID, okay? That's the parameter in which they store their ClickID. So that's unique to ClickBank only. If it's max bounty, it would be S2 and not TID, okay? So that's that. So that's the first thing we have to do. The second thing we have to do is change this value here. So we can no longer say TID equals ClickID because we've already generated the ClickID. So basically what's happening here is we're saying X equals 1, okay? Let's assume 1 is the ClickID. X equals 1. Over here, what we're saying is, let's suppose ClickBank only stores their data in the Y parameter. So now we have to say Y equals X, okay? So it's just a little chain that we're doing, that's all. So what we have to do here is, because it's saying X equals 1, all we have to do is now change this to be X, which is S1, and we can click Save. Okay, so now we have this data stored here, okay? So now this ClickID will be passed through successfully if we do this one more step, and that is add a JavaScript code so that the ClickID is actually generated and converted from the ClickID token into an actual ClickID number so that it's passed through successfully. So the way we do that is, let's just go to FAQs and type in JavaScript, click search, and click on this second link you see here. How do I pass through data to my affiliate links? Or just type that in, okay, and click on it. And we need to copy this JavaScript code and paste it by before the ending body tag. Now in ClickFunnels, that will be in the footer section. As a rule of thumb, it should be before the ending body tag. In ClickFunnels, though, if you have animations and you put it in the footer tag, the animations will not load. So in that case, you would have to put it in the header. So it is your responsibility to play around with this and put it wherever it will work, basically. But as a rule of thumb, it should always work before the ending body tags, okay? So I'm going to click Save, and now I need to put a link on this button. So I'm going to go through two scenarios. One is if we're just using the basic primary URL, and the other case is if we're actually using this tracking link in case you want to track how many people actually landed on that offer, as you see here, because I had that pixel there, right? So we were able to determine. So all I'm going to do is go ahead and take that and paste it here and click Save. And now let's just give it a test run and make sure that that ClickID is passed through So our sale can be attributed back to this landing page. And if we have any sub-ID tokens from Bing, Facebook, Google, we will be able to see where exactly that sale came from, okay? So let's just, we can probably preview this. So there's that click ID. So it ends in 6466. So remember that. Now, if I hover over this button here, if you look at the bottom left, it says there at the bottom 6466 in the TID parameter. So it looks like it is being passed through successfully. But as you can see here, I did not use my tracking link. I used the primary URL. Therefore, I will not see an action here, okay? So this is just an option for you if you want to see an action there or not. In this case, it registers me as a unique visitor, but the action will not show because I didn't use the tracking link, okay? But if I go here and I look for that TID, there it is, 6466. So it has been passed through successfully, and from here on out, I am done. So once someone actually makes the sale, it will get attributed back to this landing page because this is where that click ID came from, and I will see the sale here. And if I have any sort of sub IDs, I'll be able to click this number here, and it will show where exactly my sale came from. This is why it's essential to pass through a click ID from the beginning landing page, so you can see if you have sub IDs where the sale came from. Okay, so that's one option. The other option you have is if you want to use a tracking link. So if you want to use a tracking link, I'm going to copy that, come back here, and the reason why you would want to use a tracking link is if, again, you have an action pixel in that link and you want to see how many people went to your affiliate offer, okay? Now, I covered this in my ClickMagick tutorial, how to set all this up. Feel free to check it out. I'll put it in a card up above this video. Just take a look. It's right up there somewhere. But what we have to do is add this tracking link and say /S1. Okay, now generally, this link would not work. So if you type this link in, so let me just copy this. If you type it in and you tab and you paste it, it will say this link does not work. The only reason it will work in this case is because we have that JavaScript code on the page, which converts that click ID token into an actual value, and then we pass it through via this S1 sub ID. Okay, so let me just click save, and let me show you now what this is going to look like. And let me just reset my stats here. Testing tool, clear data. Let me use an incognito window as well. So now we've used that tracking link instead. So let me paste that here. Let me say, for example, Bing. Okay, say it's Bing Ads. Here's our sub ID. So click ID 7906, and let's click on Tell Me More. As you can see, that click ID value there, if you look at the bottom left, it says 7906. So there it's redirecting us. As you can see, in this case, it is working because we have that JavaScript code on the page. And if we go here, as you can see, there's that code passed through in the sub ID, and then it should be passed on to their to the TID parameter. So let's just see if we can find this. There it is. Okay, so it's being passed on. So 7906, okay, so it has passed through successfully to their TID parameter. From here on, I am done. So if I refresh this, I should see that action there, and if I click on this number here, it says Bing. So when you make a sale, you will see the sale here, and you will say, hey, this sale came from Bing. Or if you're using keywords, if you're using query strings, if you're using whatever, you will see where the sale came from, which is extremely important. That's the point of tracking, okay? So that's how you would do it. Now, this is only if you have this one landing page taking people to the affiliate offer. Let me just complicate things a little bit more, and let's say you have a second landing page, okay? Just, for those of you that want more information or that have maybe a more complicated layout. And again, I will cover how to do this with an opt-in form where you collect emails via using GetResponse and ClickFunnels in the next video. But for now, let's say we have a second landing page. What do you do then? How do you pass through the click ID? So let's go ahead and take a look. So let's suppose that this is our second landing page, which is our thank you page in this case. So I'm going to go in. Actually, let me just edit page. Let me see. What do we have to do? Yes. Okay. So because we have a tracking link for this page, what we can do here is we can just again, so we can either add this part or we can add this part, okay? If you're adding the tracking link, all you have to do is always separate it by a slash S1 in square brackets, okay? But what I'm going to do here is, because we have this S1 parameter storing that click ID, what we have to do here is, because this is still a page that we own, this is still not an affiliate offer, what we have to do is we have to say, I'm going to put question mark because there is no query string, and I'll say S1 equals, again, S1, because that click ID is stored in the S1 parameter on our landing page, and I will click save. And that is it for this case. Everything else will stay the same, okay? So that is all I would have to do here. Again, because this is our landing page, this isn't an affiliate offer, we still say S1 because we're using ClickMagick, okay? So in this case, what I could do is I could plug this in to here, or I could use the tracking link. So let me just go in and use the tracking link. And don't forget, we still have to put the JavaScript code in as well. So let me go ahead and just do that really quickly before I forget. So I'm going to copy this, and we still have to add the JavaScript code on every single page that we own and that we want to pass the click ID through, because remember, otherwise it will not work. And then here we have an action pixel as well. Maybe I could change this, or I'll change the other one to an engagement pixel, I guess. So let me just go ahead and change this now to an engagement pixel. Really quickly, I'll scroll down, change that A into an E for engagement. So now we should see an engagement here and an action there. Okay, so let's suppose we have 2 pages, and we should see an action pixel fire when people land on our next thank you page. So let's go ahead and give this another try. Let's just make sure we have everything set up. So over here, what we want to do is we want to provide them with this tracking link, right? So over here where it says go to next page and funnel, this is our thank you page form. I'm going to put that, and then again slash S, oops, square brackets S1, okay? So from this thank you page, now this is the second landing page. From here, we're taking people on to the affiliate offer. So we would follow the same process as we did before, where we only had one, and we just say S1 at the end, okay? Now, what we have to do, let me just make sure this is saved, is add the proper tracking link to our landing page. So I don't even need a tracking link here, really. So what I'll do is I'll just add this part here, S1 equals S1, and I will just add that into my next step. So I'll put that there. S1 equals S1, so that's good. So now you should get the idea of how to make this work if you have 10 different landing pages before sending people to the affiliate offer. This is how you would pass the click ID through. So let's go in and let's actually check this. So again, I'm going to use the incognito window, and let's just see if this will work. So let's say keyword query string and click enter. So there's that click ID. Now let's see if we were registered as a unique visitor. So we were. Now if I click here, it says keyword, query string. It says unique click, all that, and it passes through that click ID. Now the challenge here is passing it through the rest of the pages and to the affiliate offer. Let's see if that happened. So if I click here, there at the bottom there, see it says S1 equals, and there's our click ID. Let's click on it. Now our action pixel should have also fired. There it is. And there's that click ID. It is still there. So we are so far so good in tracking our sale. Let's click on the next page. As you can see there at the bottom, the click ID is still stored in that S1 sub ID. If I click next here, our engagement pixel should have fired. And let's just make sure that our click ID has passed through 2329. And there it is. 2329 in the TID parameter. So there you go. Everything is stored. Everything has passed through. If we see a sale, we will see the sale for this landing page link. And when we click on this number, we'll be able to see where exactly the sale came from using the postback URL method using our landing page. So there you have it. You should now know how to pass through a click ID no matter how many landing pages you have so far without an opt-in form, which I'll cover in the next video. But you should be able to see how this process works of basically, as a rule of thumb, if it's your own landing page, you say S1 equals click ID for the first page, For all subsequent pages, you say equals S1. And you just keep going until the last step, which is the affiliate offer, where you say you use their parameter. So for Max Bounty, it's S2. For Purify, it's S1. For ClickBank, it's TID, etc., etc. And you say S1 again. And that is it. That is the formula. That is the idea. If you're using a tracking link, you would just put /S1 in square brackets at the end. But that is it. Okay, so you guys should be good now. You should be able to track your sales even if you have your own landing pages and not direct linking. So I hope you found this helpful. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to let me know down below. Otherwise, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I cover a lot of different online marketing tools, tips, tricks, reviews, strategies, etc., etc. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video.